Why? Did I just have a crash? I have never seen that before in my life. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another full self-driving video. I finally got FSD 12.5.1.3 after what feels like 2 weeks, maybe longer, of maybe a couple people having it that I've seen, but for some reason I was on this really strict updating every couple days thing and then just took a long break. And I know there is another version, 12.5.1.4, that's supposedly going to bring FSD to all those hardware 3 vehicles that have been missing out on it for the last while. But I don't think it's on any customer vehicles as of the time of making this video. Hopefully I'll get it shortly after that, we'll see. But I haven't tried out 12.5.1.3 very much yet, and I want to see if we've got any noticeable improvements. Now, I also got with this update, like YouTube Music, Amazon Music, I got the ambient lighting fix where you can leave it on full brightness. I got the scheduling menu now in the settings here. So a couple other really nice changes came with this software update that I'm grateful for. And of course, the weather being up there, I really like that. That's a nice touch. Let's go ahead, put in a couple destinations and just take it for a spin, see how it is. There's not a stop sign here, so I don't mind it playing it safe there, but actually I want it to go a different way, so I'm gonna take over here for a sec. I want to force it a different direction. There's a little bit of an interesting traffic construction situation that I want to see how well it does. I'm sure it'll do fine, but put it through its paces a little bit. I do have a couple videos coming out soon about my recent service appointments, not only for the Model 3, but also for the Cybertruck. The Model 3 one, nothing too crazy, but I'll fill you guys in that video. Cybertruck has been a little bit of a saga. And again, don't want to spoil the video too much, but dropped it off a couple weeks ago. Still waiting, so be on the lookout for those videos. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. So we're cruising here, city streets, 35-mile-an-hour speed limit here. It's going 2 over. Speed regulation, I guess, has been kind of an issue in FSD recently. Sometimes it'll send you way over, like 12 over. Sometimes it'll be right on. And it doesn't really seem to have like a rhyme or reason for it that I can determine. I always leave the auto speed offset on just to let it kind of do its thing. And I mean, we're going dead on speed limit here. Typically speaking, in my experience, when it's wide open like this, we're usually going a decent bit over the speed limit, like 8 to 10 miles an hour, sometimes 12. But this is kind of just snapping right on. Couple miles an hour over the speed limit here, but pretty much dead on. So far, super smooth. Not that I don't expect that at this point, but it's just one of those things sometimes you sit back and you're like, I can't really believe that I'm not the one driving. And that's nothing but a compliment to FSD. All right, so coming up here is the little construction detour thing. And it basically, I hope we make this. All right, so they've basically been doing construction on half the road at a time. They kind of have these temporary stoplights put up, and you sometimes have to wait for like 8-10 minutes, and it sucks. They've been doing this construction for what feels like 2 years. Now, it used to kind of weave you between the lanes here, but I think since they're working one lane at a time, it's a little bit more standardized. So nothing too crazy here. It's handling it just fine. Exactly how you'd expect. It's funny to see what FSD labels the construction equipment as. Just said cars. Yeah, I mean, it handled that perfectly. That literally had no issues at all. But look at this line over here of cars. Probably been waiting here forever. So here's an example that it's saying this is a 25. It's really not. It's a 35, but there are, some temporary speed signs. So it's going to switch back, and now we're going a speed limit. So we were going about 9 over the speed limit before that, but, we were out of the construction zone. It was fine. Getting over into this left-hand turn lane really early, that was a problem in like 12.3.6 and prior versions. It's been mostly fixed since 12.4.3, so, still no issue there. Just straight into that turning lane, no hesitation, no weird wiggling. I was having a lot of issues with it wiggling back and forth with the little kind of guiding line there. It would kind of be indecisive and a lot of times actually put you in the wrong lane. And the braking has felt pretty nice in this version as far as coming to a stop and then accelerating, stop, accelerating. I mean, it's just gliding. I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like there's not a whole lot of commentary I can give because it's so just predictable and smooth and like it just, like, look at this. This is just exactly how anyone would drive. It doesn't do anything weird. Now this is navigating a parking lot here. So there is a woman crossing the street and we just kind of went through. We did not give her. I probably would have stopped, but she was still on the other side of the sidewalk, so it was fine. But yeah, I would have let her go just out of complete courtesy, and it's going to do its jiggle thing, and it's going to put me like between two parking spots, which is usually what it does because it can't park itself. Pretty freaking good. All right, let's go to another spot. All right, we got our next destination in. Let's head out. That was nice and decisive. Came to a stop. Put on the turn signal, waited and went. Nice aggressive turn there. Again, came to a stop. Even though we had a car pushing up on us from the left, it went ahead and went because it had the space. This is a green light, so I don't know what we're doing. Go. I didn't touch anything. I don't know why it did that, but it figured it out and went. The only thing I can think is that I couldn't see the green light through the ladders on top of that truck, so maybe it didn't either. I don't know. Might have just been straight up a mistake. Why? Auto steer aborted for system error. Never ever seen that before. That is not good. Okay, let's see. I don't have autopilot anymore either. Park assist is loading. Did I just have a crash? I have never seen that before in my life. That was kind of scary. Okay. Well, I got to get this reloaded, I guess. Okay, so, update. I can't use FSD, and I don't know why. I did a soft system reset. I went into the service menu. I looked at my recent alerts. I had a couple that were specific to autopilot and FSD. They were APS autopilot processor secondary, error W134. And then I had a D1A141-MIA. The drive interface electronic control unit detects driver assistance system controller area CAN node is missing. Are we going back to service? If you guys have experienced this, let me know. So let's just try to drive again. And just, I don't have the autopilot. Oh, I do. Okay. Okay, so I think we're back. Maybe. We'll see. We're navigating again. So hopefully we don't have any more crazy errors like that. It was a total one-off. We'll see. Hopefully, because I do not want to try and get another service appointment because the first one I had available to fix my other issues was September 30th, and I'm not trying to wait that long without FSD. Really wonder why that error happened. It was so weird. Like it did that weird thing with the stoplight shortly before that, and then just total freak out. This is a very sharp turn here. It's almost like a full 90 degree, but there's a little curvature to it. So it slowed way down. Like all the way down. Full stop and go. You almost can like pick up the timing of it. It's very consistent. Oop, there's a matte black Cybertruck right there. A lot of wrapped Cybertrucks around me in this area. We're gonna do some stuff to the Cybertruck. I don't know if we're gonna wrap it or do like some kind of body kit type stuff. We'll have to see. It's gonna be cool either way. Kind of a weird three-way intersection, but we're going straight, so no problem. So outside of that really crazy like freak out thing that we had, which was I've never had happen before, and I've driven a lot of FSD miles. It's been so smooth and peaceful, and I've just been sitting here looking at the beautiful surroundings, riding behind this cement mixer, like smooth as can be. And I get that this isn't like a complicated scenario, but I think that people put this crazy emphasis on like, how does it handle this situation? How does it handle that situation? Like, what does it do in these very niche scenarios? And that's important for testing. It's important for kind of solving FSD, if you want to frame it like that. But I don't think enough people talk about the fact that you can just, at this current state, obviously you're still paying attention, but you can kind of just exist in the car, and 9 times out of 10, maybe closer to 9.9 times out of 10, it's going to do the right. Now, do you need to be attentive? Sure. But I mean, like this, like I'm driving down this road and I'm, pretty trees and whatever, and it might say, hey, pay attention to the road. I'm going to look back, and it's okay. And there's just something really relaxing about that. And I'm really hoping that you all on Hardware 3 get to kind of experience this nag-free, very smooth version of FSD very, very soon. We just launched to 13 miles an hour over. I mean, it didn't feel like a launch, but zipped up to 13 miles an hour over. Probably not what I would do here, but it's just exactly what I'm talking about. I literally just zoned out there for like probably like a minute to 2 minutes, and like I'm still looking straight ahead, so it's not beeping at me, and I'm still paying attention to what's going on like around me. But it's just like you don't have to like think as much. These systems exist for a reason. They're meant to be driver assistance and eventually full self-driving to the point where you can just zone out, do work, look at your phone, maybe even nap. Maybe we'll get there. We'll see. I'm just excited for it, and I think we're not that far off. All right, before we end the video, I wanted to bring it back to this one intersection, and it's always given me issues when using FSD. So I want to see how we do and see if we actually run into a situation where there's another car coming, because the other day I was using it and it did not handle it well, and I had to intervene, so we'll see. And it doesn't look like we've got another car coming from this side, and then a car came from that side. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that was perfect. Okay, cool. Well, there you go. Adjustments have been made in 12.5.1.3. It handled that literally exactly right. So that was great. But yeah, as far as changes for 12.5.1.3, I think overall the speed adjustments have been evened out a tiny bit. It seems a little bit more smooth. And then as far as like lane changes, those have been consistent. As far as the kind of brake stuttering that I was experiencing in a couple previous versions, 5.1 and then 5.1.1, those seem to be smoothed out a little bit also. So yeah, I mean, again, you'd expect like iterative software to always get better, but that's usually not how it works. It's usually, a little bit forward in some categories, a little bit back in some, and then everything kind of evens out, and then something moves forward a little bit, especially when you're training stuff on a model. And I think so far so good on 12.5.1.3. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did. Let me know down in the comments, what has your experience been with 12.5.1.3? Do you have it yet? Are you still waiting for it to come to a Hardware 3 vehicle that you have? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.